Hello everyone. So in the last lecture, we did some important rules related to nouns. So in today's lecture, we will continue further and do some more rules and even solve a few questions related to nouns. So let's start. Like we did in the last lecture. Now again, here are few questions. Solve them. So, is it done? Now, let us discuss again. Write down rule number 3. I am dictating. Some nouns do not take plural form. They are uncountable. Again, I will repeat. Some nouns do not take plural form. Full stop. They are uncountable. Full stop. For example, abuse, comma, information, comma, furniture, comma, clothing, comma, gossip, comma, poetry, comma, scenery, comma, advice, comma, grain, comma, corn. Again, I will repeat. For example, abuse, information, furniture, clothing, gossip, poetry, scenery, advice, grain, comma, corn. Now, if needed, some of them can be used in plural form in the following way. Again, if needed, some of them can be used in the plural form in the following way: pieces of information, pieces of advice, articles of clothing, articles of furniture, and so on. So let us discuss the answers. The town was full of gossip. They distributed food and clothing. The railway ran through fields of grain. We reaped the corn in the field. The website gives free, impartial advice on all aspects of saving energy. Now, let us move on. Again, try solving these questions. Now, so let us start. We will discuss another rule, rule number 4. Write it down. Some nouns have singular and plural alike. Again, I will repeat. Some nouns have singular and plural alike. For example, sheep, comma, deer, comma, fish, comma, swine, comma, salmon, comma, spacecraft, comma, aircraft, comma, series, comma, species, comma, offspring, and so on. Again I will repeat, some nouns have singular and plural alike. For example, sheep, deer, fish, swine, salmon, spacecraft, aircraft, series, species, offspring, and so on. Now, so let us tally the answers. There is only one aircraft left on the runway. There are many, now it is plural, there are many aircrafts in the sky today. So, is it correct? No, it is totally wrong. We will not use aircrafts over here, we will write aircraft. So, the correct option is aircraft. So, there are many aircraft in the sky today. He is catching a fish. The fish in this tank are fast dying out. So, we will not use fishes over here, that will be wrong. Fish, the fish in this tank are fast dying out. There are many kinds of fishes in this tank. Now, here fishes will be correct. Now, here is an exception, write it down. Fish also has plural form fishes, meaning various kinds of fishes. So, when we are referring to various kinds of fishes, then we will use the plural form fishes. So, in this sentence we are talking about there are many kinds of, so we are talking about a variety kind of fish. So, then we will be using the plural fishes in this sentence. So, there are many kinds of fishes in this tank. So, here are few questions given. Again, try solving. So, now let us discuss. Now, again write down the rule. Rule number 5, some nouns are used only in the plural and require a plural form of verb. Again I will repeat, some nouns are used only in the plural and require a plural form of verb. For example, bellows, scissors, tongs, spectacles, binoculars, trousers, drawers, breeches, jeans, tights, shorts, pyjamas, tidings, etc. Again I will repeat, bellows, scissors, tongs, spectacles, binoculars, trousers, drawers, breeches, jeans, tights, shorts, pyjamas, tidings, etc. So, let us solve the questions given. My jeans are in the closet. My spectacles need to be changed. Are your scissors broken? Now, let us move on. Again, solve these questions first on your own, then we will discuss. So, is it done? So, let us discuss another rule. So, write it down, rule number 6. Now, nouns denoting money, comma age, comma length, comma weight, comma number, comma pair, comma dozen, comma brace, comma score, comma 100, comma 1000, comma foot, etc. do not have a plural when used after a numeral. Again, I will repeat. Nouns denoting money, age, length, weight, number, pair, dozen, brace, score, 100, 1000, foot, etc. do not have a plural when used after a numeral. Hence, in case of numeral, a unit will be singular. It will never be plural. So, now let us discuss the answers. My brother is 20 years old. Hence, if we write my brother is 20 years old, is totally wrong. The correct option will be year. I saw 3-foot snake. I brought 3 dozen oranges for my brother. The furniture cost me 5,000 rupees. So, let us move on to some practice questions. So, we will be solving a few questions today. So, first of all, try solving every question on your own. I will give you some time and then we will discuss. So, these questions are based on the rules and everything that we discussed today. So, here is your question on the screen. Now, the question says, in the case of the guinea pig, the number of offsprings varies between 2 to 5. Now, the options below, basically in this question we need to find the grammatical error and there are various options given. So, find out whether which part of the sentence contains the error or it can also be error free. So, the answer for this is C. Now, so the grammatical error of the sentence is in the option C, which says offsprings varies. So, basically the noun offsprings contains the error. As we discussed in rule number 4, singular and plural versions of a few nouns are the same. We discussed this in rule number 4. So, the correct sentence will be, instead of offspring we will use offspring. Adding s is wrong in front of offspring. So, the correct statement will be, in the case of the guinea pig, the number of offspring varies between 2 to 5. Now, next question. let us discuss. We padded the seat of the chair with camel hairs to make it soft. So, the correct answer is part C, camel hairs. So, the grammatical error is in the option C, and hairs we have written camel hairs. So, hairs is totally wrong. We always write hair because hair is an uncountable noun. Hence, we will not add an S to it, it will be wrong. The correct statement will be, we padded the seat of the chair with camel hair to make it soft. So, instead of hairs, we will write hair. Now, very important, there is an exception to this case. When number is met, hairs is used. Now, for example, he has 4 grey hair. So, in this case, hair will be wrong. We can write hairs because here number is meant. We are saying he has 4 grey hairs. So, this statement is correct. Now, again solve this. Now, let us discuss. We had taken great pain to check the structural soundness of the coachwork. So, correct answer will be B. So, the grammatical error is in option B. So, the meaning of a few nouns in plural form is different from their meaning in the singular form. So, there are certain nouns which in plural form are totally different in the meaning in singular form. So, pain is such a word. Pain means highly. The word pain means highly unpleasant physical sensation caused by illness or injury, whereas the word pains means great care or trouble. So, here instead of pain, pains will be used. We had taken great pains to check the structural soundness of the coachwork. So, this will be our correct statement. Moving on. So, let us discuss. Poverty is compounded by inflation, which has reached extreme levels in the region as demonstrated by consumer price indexes. So, where is the error? So, the correct statement is, the correct option is D. The grammatical error is in the word indexes. Now, again there are two plurals for some nouns, each with a different meaning. So, index is one of them. So, index is such a noun, it has two plural form. In singular it is this index, but in plural it has two. So, one is indexes and the other is indices. Now, indexes means table of contents of a book, whereas indices means pointers on an instrument showing a quantity, a position on a scale. So, according to the sentence, here indexes will be wrong and the correct one would be indices. So, the correct statement will be poverty is compounded by inflation which has reached extreme levels in the region as demonstrated by consumer price indices. Because there is no use of indexes, we are not talking about any table of contents over here. So, the correct one will be indices. Now, let us move on, solve these two questions. Is it done? Now, let us tally. I tried taking tablets for the headache, but they did not have any effect. So, the grammatical error is in the option B. Now, the word effect is wrong. Effect is a verb that means to have an influence or impact on someone or something, or to cause a change in someone or something. Basically, it is having an impact on someone, whereas effect is a noun that means the result of a change. Hence, according to the statement here, effect will be used instead of effect. So, the correct statement will be I tried taking tablets for the headache, but they did not have any effect. Now, another question, how will Williard's resignation affect the government's plan? Again, the error is in part C. Again, here instead of effect, affect will be used. So, we will replace effect with affect. Let us move on, solve this. So, let us discuss the sceneries at my friend's house enchanted me. So, the error is in part A, the sceneries at. Now, the noun scenery is never used in the plural form, it is always scenery. It is always used in a singular form. Now, remember rule number 3 in which we discussed that some nouns do not take plural form, they are uncountable. So, scenery is one of them, hence it will always be used in singular form. Now, moving on, next question. So, the police is investigating the murder case which happened last month. So, error is in option A, the police is. Now, as we discussed in rule number 1, the noun police generally agrees with a plural verb. So, hence instead of is, are will be used. So, the correct statement will be the police are investigating the murder case which happened last month. Next, so let us start. The teacher gave some useful advices to the students before the board exam. So, the grammatical error is in the option B, in the noun advices. As we discussed in rule number 3, advice is an uncountable noun, hence it does not take a plural form. Hence, we will always use advice. So, the correct statement will be the teacher gave some useful advice to the students before the board exam. Now, solve this. Is it done? Let's tally. There are different types of binocular made for adults based on the activities that they enjoy. So, error is in option B, the noun binocular. Binocular made for adult base. So, the noun binocular is always used in the plural form, hence binoculars is the correct one. Remember rule number 5, in which we talked about spectacles and other such nouns. So, they are always used in plural form. So, the correct answer will be there are different types of binoculars made for adults based on the activities that they enjoy. Now, solve these questions. Now, let us discuss the answers. 1,000 splendid suns dash an incredible chronicle. So, the correct answer is. Now, always remember title of books and other works of art are always considered singular even if the title sounds plural. Okay? Now, moving on, I bought ₹50 worth of vegetables and ₹80 worth of fruit. So, now remember vegetable is in general reference used in plural, but fruit is more often used in singular form than in the plural form, even when it implies more than one fruit. So, here we will not use fruits, it is totally wrong, we will use fruit. So, it is generally used in the singular form. Now, next question, we grow different kinds of, now this one is tricky, we grow different kinds of fruits like apples, mangoes, oranges. So, again here is an exception over here to the above rule which we discussed. Fruit is used in the plural to draw attention to the fact that the fruits are of different kinds. So, when we are talking about different kinds of fruits, then we will use fruit in the plural form. So, let us end our lecture for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's lecture. Thank you.